Okay, here's just a quick little video for the Katie piggyback flat cars. I'm going to give you some tips on assembling. One thing that should be noted is, for the most part, parts will only fit in one place. I've kind of made the holes and pins and such that you really can't put things in the wrong place, but let's go over a couple of things here as we go. Here you can see I'm removing the supports from the body. These are necessary for printing it so it holds it straight. These take about 11 hours to print vertically. Fortunately, they don't take up a lot of space, so I can do a fair number of them at one time. It's a pretty thin piece of plastic that is holding the support to the body, so a lot of the time you can just kind of snap it off, but it's usually smart to use a sharp X-Acto to score it, slice it off, whatever. Once all the supports are out of the way, then you can come back and finish cleaning up the edges and such. It's a very thin support that it attaches with, so there isn't a whole lot of cleanup there. It's not difficult to do. Here you can see I'm taking the support off the end of the car. These are a little stronger due to their position. As you can see, though, you just snip through them with the X-Acto knife and pop it off. The end of the car with the support will require a little bit of sanding. I'm not going all in depth on video here, completing one 100% perfect from start to finish. Just showing you how it goes together. You'll see I'll clean up the end of it here with a sanding stick quick. There generally isn't a lot there to clean off, just it doesn't take a whole lot. And in the background there also you can see we have the weight and the weight cover. What you do here is take some flush cutting nippers, cut the support off the one end of it. Those are also printed vertically, so there's a support on the one end that needs to be removed. And of course the weight's laying there also. Unfortunately, the detail parts, I'm doing those in black now. You can see that plate with those on it there. Makes it a little hard to see what I'm doing here. But as you can see, I'm just popping some parts off, like the draft gear. Parts like that, the tall ramps, they're strong enough and stiff enough that you can just generally pop those right off without having to cut them loose, and then clean them up after you take them off. Now the hitch, as it's one piece, that is a little more difficult to remove. You just have to take some time at it. As you can see, I'm using flush cut nippers. Work with the nippers against the platform, not against the part. And snip that away to get it free from the platform. What you may want to do to make things a little easier for yourself is remove some of the other parts from the platform as well here, which you're going to see me do, so I can get in on the other side of the hitch to get that popped loose. Then we'll kind of speed things up here a little bit. Work through it. Just take your time doing this. And what I found, it's easiest to have the platform as one piece. It isn't necessarily the easiest thing to remove from the platform with the hitch. Not hitch there, not platform. Comes out as a much better part this way. Just take a little time with it, and now we've got it free. You'll see that there's support still attached to it, just kind of work through. The contact points are not very large on these, so they do come off fairly easily. As you can see, I'm able to pop some of them right off. You do want to take your time with it though. Snip them away where you can. And also note, you'll see from looking at the deck with the flat car, there's holes there for the platform to mount into. When you're removing the supports, note that on the bottom side, you'll be able to see where the support changes from being a support to being a pin for mounting the hitch. So just don't cut the pins off. I mean, you can obviously glue the hitch on without the pin, but this makes it easier and it lines them up better. For the most part, all of the parts will only go in one place. You should note that the stanchions are kind of a ladder. One with two stanchions on it goes next to the handbrake. I don't recall if I made those pins different. I think I did, but just to be sure, make sure that that goes next to the handbrake. And that's pretty much it. They're pretty straightforward. Like I say, just take your time removing things from the platform, the small detail pieces. There are some extras for a lot of the parts. I'm pointing out there, that's where the handbrake goes. And as mentioned, that is the location with the grab irons with the two stanchions go there. Now here I'm putting the weight in it. You want to kind of center this. Don't put it towards one side or one end. Kind of center it in there, and that should be glued in. That stiffens the body so it doesn't warp over time. And then you can put in the weight cover over it. And that's pretty much it. Thanks.